Hey guys, welcome to Know, Adam.
And I'm Max von Radban.
And it's Clap Monday, as always.
I'm just giving one. Claps, plural, means two. We have Clap Monday, which is one. So.
Yes, and we are clapping for our homies in heaven, mostly just you, Bruce. We miss you, buddy.
Yep. As the days go by, we get a little older, a little wiser, and we still have no fucking clue what the Nintendo NX will be. For those of you who have better things to do than dredge the internet floor for rumors about non-existent electronics, here's a quick primer.
Yeah, Nintendo's next console is currently codenamed the NX, except we have no idea what it actually is. Or do we, Lawrence?
No, we still don't.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna be a while. But in the meantime, we'll make a lot of videos and hopefully get a lot of views off of people who still want to figure it out. Because we're in the same boat. A new batch of rumors popped up over the weekend that may help us zero in on just what this Phantom console will be. We'll start with the most direct source out of all this, Nintendo President Tatsumi Kimishima himself, in an interview with Japanese news publication Asahi Shimbun.
Love it.
And translated by perfectlynintendo.com. Woo! Yeah, it's a bit of a stack up. Kimishima dropped some vague hints about the nature of NX, or rather, some hints about what the NX won't be, which is not very helpful right now.
This isn't very scientific.
No.
When asked if the NX would affect the Wii U's retail performance, Kimishima clarified that the NX is neither the successor to the Wii U nor to the 3DS. It's a new way of playing games, which I think will have a larger impact than the Wii U, but I don't feel it's a pure replacement for the Wii U.
So it's not meant to replace Nintendo's mobile or console hardware, leaving us to stretch our little lizard brains as to what it's actually supposed to be. Was it a Mario reference?
I think it's a refrigerator.
Oh, yeah. It keeps
That
your
was a
games
Mario
cold.
reference.
The movie, though, not the game.
Yeah.
Even better.
You see, if you devolve us enough, we become mold.
None of them really look. Some were lizards and other ones were. Never mind. Today, we don't really have a gaming device that exists in a third space. Either it's a device you can carry around or one that's too big and bulky, and therefore must be plugged in on the shelf or something like that.
Yeah, apparently there's some mystical third form video games can take, and Nintendo has discovered this dark magic. Kimishima reiterated this point earlier in the interview, remarking that it's something very new. The hardware, the software lineup, all of it is something I'd like to play for the first time myself.
Just
I'm
go
more
back
confused.
Summer of '69. So to summarize, we've never seen anything like it before, but boy, does it look super fun. Thank you, Nintendo.
Does it have Zelda?
You bet
He
your ass
just
it
goes,
does.
it's got Zelda.
Kimishima also reiterated that the system isn't releasing this holiday to give developers more time to prep launch software for the new platform. He made some comments about that, right, Lawrence?
Yeah. He said that when people finish the launch titles, they will want things to buy in spring, on summer break, at Christmas. As such, it's not simply a question of when the hardware is ready. Rather, we need to ensure our software lineup is also in a good place.
Makes sense.
Yeah. As a quote you would hope somebody would say if they're the president of a large international corporation. I think this is also referencing the fact that games developers are figuring out you don't have to release in holiday to sell pretty well. You know, year-wide releases are becoming more common. Hell, we just got Uncharted 4 and Doom, and those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
So while this could be the direct truth, we kind of suspect that Kimishima might be saying this to counter worries from the launch of the Wii U, which didn't really hit the market with the best software lineup. You know, maybe Kimishima's trying to salt the earth with positive sentiment before the next console hits, trying to make those investors happy, all goaded up for a new software launch. Saying, you know, something like, no, we understand. This one's the good one. Don't worry about it. We learned our lesson.
That's not how he sounds.
Yeah, well, you know, until we actually see the console, we won't know. So this is all just, you know, we're just shooting in the dark here.
You know, why don't we just confuse things a little bit further? We have some more rumors to throw on top of the heap as well.
Joy! Yeah, longtime Nintendo tipster Emily Rogers weighed in with some technical information late last Friday, stating directly that the Nintendo NX will not use the x86 computer architecture as previously rumored.
What does that mean, Lawrence?
Well,
You're the computer.
Yeah.
Talk.
oh boy. So we got long Japanese names and computer talk. This is going to be an exciting episode. So x86 is a format of chip design and also happens to be the most commonly used in computers today. Essentially, it's an instruction set. It's how software can talk to a computer to get it to do math. Both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 use x86. So does your desktop computer. Your phone doesn't, though. So if Nintendo were to use it as well, it would theoretically make it easier for developers to port software to that platform. Additionally, Nintendo kind of has a stubborn history of developing their own thoroughly proprietary hardware. From the sounds of it, Nintendo moving to x86 would signal they're conforming to industry standards rather than constantly trying to make their own and pull everybody to it. So it was kind of like, oh, Nintendo's finally joining the rest of the world in software development. Except maybe they're not.
Yeah, sounds like they're not, though.
Yeah, so according to Rogers, this is not true, and it gets even worse. Rogers puts the mysterious NX horsepower rumors in heavy check, as well, warning that the NX will not be able to compete directly with the PlayStation 4.5, PS4K, PlayStation Neo, Matrix, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, she doesn't put a fine point on it, but does say that, quote, everything that I've heard so far indicates that NX isn't going to blow away any of the consoles on the market today, except for Wii U.
Oh, they did it.
Yeah,
That's good.
Sadly, this sounds like we're in the same cycle. Typically, whenever Nintendo's about to announce a new console, rumors swirl about how it will be so powerful that God himself can't conceive of it. Luckily, we never stoop to such rumor mongering. Talk about the rumors.
Yeah, flip the coin again. Yeah.
Talk about the rumors.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so inevitably the console comes out and it's a notch or two worse than the other consoles. And before you get angry, just remember, this was the case with the GameCube, Wii, and Wii U.
Hold on, the GameCube had a handle though. Those other consoles didn't have handles.
Tiny discs.
So it depends on how you weigh it. It's not all about graphics.
Would you like to get on the internet? Just rip the bottom open and put this thing on there. Where'd you go, everyone?
Actually, somebody in the comments is saying that when it released, the GameCube was better than the PlayStation 2.
Sure.
Then the Xbox came out.
But the Wavebird!
Why does everyone love the Wavebird?
Finally, just give us one last rumor here. It substantiates Emily Rogers' report that the NX won't use x86. Technology news site semiaccurate.com. That's bad.
That's a bad
place to
name.
get your info from. Reports that the Nintendo NX will use the TEGRA system on a chip. Ooh. Yeah, and TEGRA uses the ARM architecture, which is more common in mobile devices, whereas x86 is more typical for a desktop.
Yeah. See, ARM does this, x86 does that.
What? Those are ARMs again.
The fuck?
You're not teaching this.
Tell us more about the TEGRA chip, Lawrence.
Yeah, so this is from NVIDIA. They most commonly appear in gaming-oriented tablets, some mobile phones, and most prominently in the NVIDIA Shield, which is their dedicated kind of weird flip-top gaming streaming device.
I have like 2 of those.
Yeah, where do you keep getting those? They just show up in your...
They do well for me.
Okay, they do well. So the NX may do well as well. However, the compact nature of the chip implies that it's not going to be in a big, clunky console. These are meant for phones and tablets. They're meant to run cool and not use that much power, as opposed to being like big blowout devices that require giant heat sinks and fans. So it kind of implies that it would be in a controller or some kind of like handheld device, as opposed to some big set-top thing that would require fans and wall power to actually run. So what is this shaping up to be? We don't know. It's still this mystical third entity. It's just a glob you jam your hands into and then play a video game. Oh.
Now, the backstory for this rumor gets kind of interesting as well. Semi-accurate reports that NVIDIA chased a console deal after both the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 went with the AMD GPUs. As such, Semi-accurate reports that NVIDIA promised hardware, software, and support at a very low cost.
Yeah, this does stand to reason, especially given the always frugal Nintendo tries to earn a profit on everything they sell.
Kimishima sort of referenced this in his interview with Asahi Shimbun.
Asahi Shinbun.
That sounds like a beer that I drink. When asked about the looming price of the NX, he responded that our developers put a lot into them, but we cannot sell at a loss. The final price is determined by balancing these two conflicting ideas. I don't believe it's as simple as because this is a new platform, we can make it more expensive.
Is he implying that the NX will be cheaper than previous Nintendo consoles, or just simply throwing out a lot of words that way we can't interpret it anyway specifically?
Lawrence?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
I mean, so we have a new batch of rumors to play with, but now we know even less than when we started. Basically, we have a rumor that conflicts another rumor, one of which implies a lot of stuff, the other one implies a lot of other things, and none of it really congeals into any actual conclusion. To make matters worse, we have to wait even longer than we previously did to actually see the fucking thing. We were supposed to see it at E3 this year, but that's been pushed back to an unspecified time. Great.
Odds are we'll get a Nintendo Direct around August or September, fully unveiling the mystery device, so expect loads more unfounded speculation until then.
Here, on the No.
On the No.
We'll be here every slow news day to
Look
round
at
up
us,
all this.
Two-Face.
Don't admit that this is a slow news day, Lawrence. It shows weakness.
Oh, that's right. And then
Like
people...
the weakness in the processing power of the future Nintendo console, maybe, or not.
Let's see if this episode does well. Heads good, tails bad.
Oh, dang it!
Nintendo President Tatsumi Kimishima himself loved that one a little bit.
Yep, he doesn't begrudge you. He's not watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't understand it.
That's how he watches.
Yeah.
Man, he must look awesome. Just all
no
started.
Nintendo NX provide the big katana blade,
He watched-
so you can cure yourself when stock's pyramid.
He watched the Overwatch trailer and just teared up.
Yeah,
It's like,
it is like my story with my brother. Anyway, so Nintendo news.